ever just like grab a glass of water, without even thinking about it? Like it's just there.
Yeah, totally. It's so basic.
Right. But what if there's more to it? Like, what if that water, just plain old water, what if it could be like way more powerful?
More powerful. Okay, I'm intrigued.
What if our thoughts, even our feelings, could actually like charge it and then by drinking it?
Whoa. Like it affects us.
Exactly. It's like this idea that we can nudge our reality in the direction we want it to go just by using water. It might sound kind of wild, but that's exactly what we're diving into today.
This is water manifestation, right?
Boom, you got it. It's this crazy intersection of science, spirituality, and I don't know, maybe even a bit of magic? Who knows?
Magic. Okay, now you're really pulling me in.
But before we get too woo-woo, I do want to say we're going to look at this from all angles, Science, skepticism, personal experiences, the whole shebang.
Sounds like a plan. Let's demystify this water manifestation thing.
All right, so let's break this down. At its core, water manifestation is all about, well, manifesting. But instead of just, putting it out there into the universe, you're focusing your desires, your goals, even your emotions into water.
So you're not just hydrating yourself when you drink it, you're also taking in this kind of intentional energy.
Exactly. You're taking in the energy of your intention. And the idea is that this works because, well, water isn't just some like inert substance. It's actually a superconductor of energy.
Interesting. And our bodies are largely made up of water, right? So there's this potential for resonance, like you said earlier.
Totally. It's like our bodies are these big walking water batteries, and our thoughts can actually charge them. Pretty wild, huh?
It really makes you think about the connection between our inner world and our physical reality.
For sure. Okay, so to really understand this, we have to go back a bit, like way back to the late 90s when this researcher, Dr. Masaru Emoto, started doing these experiments.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him. He's the one who, froze water and took pictures of the crystals, right?
Yeah, that's him. So Emoto took these water samples and exposed them to all sorts of stuff. Words, music, pictures, even human emotions.
Well, what? How do you even expose water to emotion?
Yeah, I know, right? It sounds a little out there. But basically, he'd have people, focus their feelings on the water, whether it was love, gratitude, anger, whatever. And then he'd freeze the water and photograph the crystals that formed.
And what did he find? Were there any differences?
Oh, big time. According to his research, water that was exposed to positive vibes, like love or thank you, formed these gorgeous, intricate crystals like tiny snowflakes. But the water exposed to, not so good vibes like hate or you fool, yeah, he actually used those words. It formed these messed up kind of chaotic crystals.
So beautiful symmetrical crystals for good vibes and jumbled asymmetrical ones for bad vibes. Fascinating.
And the pictures are out there, all over the internet. They're pretty stunning.
Now I'm going to have to look those up later.
Definitely do. But okay, here's the thing. Emoto's work, well, it's been criticized a lot. The scientific community isn't exactly on board. They're saying he didn't follow strict protocols. There might have been bias in how he chose the crystals, all that jazz.
Right, the whole reproducibility thing. If other scientists can't repeat the experiment and get the same results, then it throws the validity into question.
Totally. But even if we set aside the hardcore science for a minute, it's interesting to think about why Emoto's work resonated with so many people.
Right, why did it capture the imagination of so many?
Maybe it's because it tapped into this deeper feeling that we all kind of have, that our thoughts and intentions, they do have power.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Even if it's not literally shaping water crystals, maybe there's something to the power of intention itself.
Absolutely. And it's not like this idea is totally out there. I mean, look at neuroplasticity.
Neuroplasticity, that's the brain's ability to rewire itself.
Right. Exactly. Our thoughts and experiences can actually change the physical structure of our brains. And then there's the placebo effect, which is totally mind-blowing.
Mind-blowing, how so?
Well, you give someone a sugar pill, tell them it's medicine, and they start to get better just because they believe it's going to work. It's wild.
So basically just the act of believing something can trigger a real physical response in the body.
That's what it's looking like. So maybe water manifestation isn't really about the water itself being magical. Maybe it's about using the water as a focal point, a tool to harness the power of our own beliefs.
So it's not about the water being charged in a literal sense, but about us using it as a way to charge our intentions.
Exactly. We're kind of programming ourselves, setting the stage for our desires to manifest in our lives.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, but with water as the symbolic bridge.
Love that. Okay, so I know you're thinking, how do I actually do this? Well, it's actually pretty simple. First, you have to get super clear about your intention. What is it that you really, truly want to bring into your life?
So step one, crystal clear intention. Got it.
Exactly. Don't be vague. Instead of just wishing for more money, think about what that money would bring you. Maybe it's financial freedom, the ability to travel, security for your family, whatever it is. Get specific.
And then what? Do you chant over the water or something?
Haha, not quite. Although chanting could definitely be a part of it if you're into that. But basically, you take a glass of water. Any glass will do, although some people prefer glass over plastic.
Oh yeah, the whole glass is more neutral thing. I've heard that before.
Right, right. So you take your glass of water and you hold it and you speak your intention into it out loud. You can also write it down and put it under the glass if that feels better.
Okay, so you're basically giving the water instructions like, hey water, here's what I want you to help me with.
You got it. And the words you use are important. Instead of saying, I want to be healthy, try, I am healthy and vibrant. Or instead of, I want to find love, say, I am surrounded by love and I attract loving relationships.
I'm sensing a pattern here. You're speaking in the present tense, like it's already happening.
Yes, that's key. You have to feel it, believe it, embody it. And don't just robotically recite the words. Put some emotion into it. Really connect with the feeling of what you're trying to manifest.
Like feel the joy of already being healthy or the warmth of being surrounded by love.
Yes, because your emotions are energy, and that energy is going to amplify your intention. And then you drink the water.
That's it. Just drink it.
Well, not just drink it. Savor it. Feel it flowing through your body, carrying that intentional energy into every cell. And do this consistently, every day, for at least a week, maybe even longer. Some people do it for 21 days or even a whole month.
Like building a habit, basically. Makes sense. But okay, be honest. Does this stuff actually work?
Ugh, $1 million question. Honestly, it's hard to say for sure. Science hasn't exactly caught up with this whole thing yet. But there are so many anecdotal stories, people who swear by it.
I'd love to hear an example.
So there's this woman, she was struggling with really bad anxiety, and she started doing this water manifestation thing every day, holding her glass and saying, I am calm, I am grounded, I am safe.
And did it help?
She says it did, big time. She felt her anxiety lessen, and she started feeling more peaceful overall. Now, can we say for sure that it was the water? Not necessarily, but she believes it played a huge role.
Placebo effect or not, if it helped her, that's amazing.
Totally. And then there's this other story about a business owner who is trying to grow his company. He used the affirmation, my business is thriving and abundance flows to me.
Did he become a millionaire overnight?
Haha. No, not overnight. But here's the thing. He said that after he started doing the water ritual, he felt so much more confident and decisive. He felt like abundance was already on its way, so he started making bolder moves in his business. And guess what? His business actually started thriving. It doubled in size within a few months.
Whoa, that's impressive.
I know, right? Coincidence? Maybe. But there's something about actively aligning your energy with your intentions that seems to open up possibilities. And here's another thing. There's actually some real science that might support this. Have you heard of Dr. Gerald Pollack?
Can't say I have.
So he's this researcher who's been studying what he calls the fourth phase of water. It's this gel-like state that water molecules can form near certain surfaces.
So not just solid liquid gas, but a fourth state. Okay, now this is getting interesting.
I know. And what's really cool is that this fourth phase water, it might be able to store energy and information in ways that regular water can't.
Whoa. So like a water hard drive.
Kind of. Which means that, on some level, the idea of imprinting water with intentions might not be as crazy as it sounds.
It makes you think about the potential of water in a whole new light.
Right, totally. Okay, so before we wrap up, I want to give you one more little nugget.
Okay.
The water plus moon ritual.
Ooh, sounds mystical. What's that all about?
It's pretty simple, really. You take your glass of water and you put it outside under the full moon. Let it soak up those lunar vibes all night long. And while it's sitting there, you focus your intention on the water.
I've always felt like the full moon has this special energy, like things feel more amplified.
Exactly. And then in the morning, you bring your moon-bathed water inside and you drink it. It's like a double dose of intention,
A cosmic cocktail. I love it.
Right. Okay, so here's the takeaway. Whether you believe in the science, the spirituality, or just the sheer power of your own mind, one thing is clear. Your thoughts and intentions matter. They have energy, and that energy can influence your reality.
So maybe it's not about turning water into some kind of magic potion. Maybe it's about using it as a tool to remind ourselves of our own power.
Yes, it's about tapping into the power of our own beliefs and intentions, and then using that power to create the life we want. So, the next time you reach for a glass of water, just take a moment. Think about what you're putting into it, both physically and energetically, because ultimately, you're not just drinking water, you're drinking your own beliefs.
Powerful stuff.
Mm,
I'm definitely going to be looking at my next glass of water a little differently.
me too. And hey, if you're feeling inspired to dive deeper into this whole water manifestation thing, there's a whole world of information out there waiting for you.
Happy manifesting.
Cheers to that.